All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's duel. All right. All right. The Goblin deck used by BRIER in the anime. So, or based on the build. All right. Marauding Captain, obviously for slapping down goblins. You get an extra summon. He's just an all-around good card if you're using like a warrior-based deck or a deck where level 4 or below. All around good. He's like was one of like the most used cards back in the day, back in like the 2002 to the GOAT format. Definitely one of the most used cards. All right, Familiar Knight, Goblin Biker Doug Charger. All right, Goblin Biker Clatter. All right, two of each. Two Boombox. Two Merciless. So basically, you want to slap him down and push summon one of these to go right into Gabunga and start vacuuming cards. All right, add one to your hand. I would go a Boombox because once per chain, you can detach a siege material from an siege monster on the field. And that's either side. And his effect will trigger. And I'm talking about Gabunga's effect will trigger, and you can vacuum and keep vacuuming cards once per turn. You get them down to where they only got like one or two, and you keep vacuuming. And then you're using Robin Goblin and Robin Zombie to hit their decks in their hand. They may quit out on you. This is a very devastating deck when you know how to use it. I remember first going into this, covering this deck, I didn't know how to use goblins outside of the basic usage, brute force usage from back in the day with elite attack force, goblin attack force. Basically, people they would run skill drain, right? And that would keep them in attack mode, and they have really good attack. Like I remember this was super rare, and I remember Goblin Attack Force when it first came out in like 2003, it was ultra rare. And people were running like 3 of those, especially with Marauding Captain, and then Don Zalug. It was just. But if you made like a powerhouse brute force deck, nobody wasn't running Don Zalug. It was just like Goblin Attack Force with Marauding Captain, or just Goblin Attack Force with what is it, Berserk Gorilla. It was a lot of cards that had balancing out effects that was shifting to defense that you could negate and keep them in attack, and it was just, man, it was hard to get over that stuff, especially early game. Now it's easy to get past it, but back then, early game, that stuff was hard to get over. So, 2 of those, 1 Goblin Attack Force, 1 Goblin Elite Attack Force. Basically, you could use this in combination with Infected Male to make devastating, direct attacks. Plus, like I said, with Robin Goblin, I mean, it's insane once you get that stuff, working in combination with each other. But basically, I was using these as targets to fill up with Gabunga and some of the sieges. You want to get the bikers, the Goblin biker sieges out on the field. Those are the best. All the other sieges to me were just filler. I was mainly using Gabunga. All right, so 2 Goblin backups. I'm sorry, 3. Nope, 2. Then 1 recon squad. They look similar. All right, 1 decoy squad, 1 Goblin Berg. Pretty much a Goblin version of Marauding Captain. All right, Goblin Pothole Squad, 1 Marauding Squad, 1 Scrounging Goblin, 1 Free Fall Squad, 1 Fiend Mecha Cyber. Very good card if you go on second and they've already got 3 cards out in the field. He has a decent or good attack, and you can just slap him down. So Fiend Mecha Cyber, he was good. Also back in the GOAT days, people were using him. All right, Swords because this deck, like every other deck, does brick out at times, and you may only have like level 4s with no biker bash, or you may have just straight magic and traps as per usual. Use Swords so you can get the goblins out and get out Gabunga. All right, Renaissance Device. All right, basically for like if you have like a level 4 and a level 3 Earth Goblin attack with this, but you need to summon Gabunga, play Renaissance Device, change him to level 3. Bam, you can now exceed summon. So that's only run 1 of those because it'll get too bricky. You only really need 1. All right. Goblin Grand Entrance, very good card. Good for adding another goblin. You only have 1, add another goblin to your hand to get those combos started. And then you can banish it to, again, vacuum cards. Use Gabunga's effect because when you banish it, you detach another siege, and you can use Gabunga's effect. All right. So Cursed Armaments, I don't really use that much, but it's there. Infected Male, this is another good card for goblins, as they're all level 4 or lower. And with Goblin Grand Bash on the field, it powers them up. So you can make really devastating. Yeah, I know you can only do one attack, but you can make really devastating attack and send it to the grave. You send it to the graveyard, but with this, you can get it back. All right. And then with what's the name? You can only, I got other card here. We can only make one attack per freaking battle phase, both people. So it's, you know, Infected Male comes through the clutch. I didn't really use this back then. This is another old school card. I think it dropped during 5Ds, maybe late GX. Infected Male, I remember. It wasn't in GOAT format. I remember it around 5Ds, late GX. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been so long. I think it's 5Ds though. All right. Goblin Biker Grand Bash, very, very good card, an absolute must in this deck. If you at least, I run 2, at least run 1, right? At least run 1 in tandem with Grand Entrance, all right? And not only is it a power up, if you put them both down at the same time, yes, you'll only be able to get the other effects once per turn, but they will get 600 instead of just a regular 300 from just one card, all right? Lets you normal summon a Goblin monster in addition to your regular summon. That is OP with this deck. Very OP. And you can change, if you got 2 level 3s, I already have Gabunga out on the field, but I want to summon the Beast, right? The Crazy Beast, which is a very good card. All right, 2700, even stronger than Gabunga. You can make the 2 level 3s level 6 to summon him, to get him out to the field. All right, very, very good card. Absolute must. This is a necessity when we're playing Goblin, especially the Biker build. Scapegoat, 1 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Space Cyclone, 1 Twin Twister, 1 Jaw of Avarice. When after you start, you know, you're going back and forth, you fill the graveyard up, you know, typical Jaw of Avarice, just like Pot of Avarice back in the day, you know. When both those was out, you just grab those cards, fill them back up, draw 2, draw 1. Wait, draw 1. Pot of Avarice is draw 2. Been on and off the ban list so many times. Staple, Infinite Impermanence. All right, Grand Pile Up 2, 1 Dark Bribe for back row, 1 Robin Goblin. All right, very good card. Very good card in this deck. I know it fits the whole Goblin thing, it being a Goblin, but trust me, you can't play without your hand. So you start hitting that hand, especially when they're top decking, between 1 and 3 cards, that's going to throw a huge monkey wrench in their strategy. Very important for this deck. You run at least 1. Shoot, if you want to run 2, you can run 2, but I'm running 1 in this one. Final attack orders for when you have because they shift to defense, and then you play that and shift into attack with Goblin Grand Bash. Devastating. I mean, you're making devastating attacks. Robin Zombie, old school combination with Robin Goblin. All right, you can now attack. You now hitting the top of their deck as well as their hand. Man, they're probably just quit out. All right, Tyrant's Tantrum stops them from playing spells. That's a very good card. I never knew this existed before I found this deck build. Tyrant's Tantrum. That's actually unless they send, so they have to sacrifice a spell card to play one. So, and spell cards are as equally important as trap cards in this day and age of Yu-Gi-Oh. Trust me. So this is a good card to run. All right, 2 Grand Stampedes, 1 String Gin, 1 Tempo, 1 Mellow Melody, 1 Shadow Lich, 1 Keygens, 1 Gossip Shadow. These are just like fillers. They are useful, but I didn't use them. I just stick to just using Gabunga and the other bikers. All right, Octo Bypass. Okay, absolute bread and butter of the deck. Goblin Biker Big Gabunga. Basically, you see the effect. To sum it up, you just keep vacuuming your opponent's monster each turn. 1, 2. That will literally keep them from getting off their strategies unless they can spam the field in rapid succession. All right, which more than likely, especially if you want to go first with this deck, ideally. However, we all know odds may not be in your favor. You're going to be going second if your opponent wants to go first. Duh. But you want to 1 and 2s. You want to start vacuuming their monsters as much as possible. And you want to have this in your hand that way on their turn, because you can vacuum both turns. It's not just limited to your turn. So once they start popping off, boom, that's a chain. You use his effect, you detach, special summon. Because you detach, you activate his effect after they summon their win condition, because they think they're safe. You vacuum up that card, all right? Boom. Unless they got Blossom or something in their hand, and then you may be screwed because they can just negate Gabunga. You have to negate him. But other than, more than likely they won't, and just start vacuuming their cards. They end up quitting out. All right. 2 what's the name? Troikas? How you pronounce his name? I barely really used him. I mainly stuck to Cabana. This thing here is OP. This is a god. This is godlike in this deck. Just keep vacuuming. I love that vacuum effect. And I just recently, the last couple episodes, using Crazy Beast, or the last episode, I summoned Crazy Beast because I like his effect as well. But mainly it's Gabanga. So 2 Triokas, 2 Crazy Beasts, and of course, staple at this point in age in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is AA Zeus. All right, let's. All right. Oh. So I'm gonna grab another goblin. I'm gonna use Biker Grand Entrance. Special one goblin in your hand. Yep. Okay, we're going second. You ideally want to go first with this deck, so you can lock up the field. But oh well. Crystron. Attack orders. Got Bash and Grand Entrance. Okay. Crystron. Probably absorb that. Let me set this. I'm gonna play Biker Bash first. So we need Grand Entrance. Or like one level of monsters, the current level of the other. Or I could just use this and use Biker Bash's effect. He's got something else. That's why I played Biker Bash first. I could just use Biker Bash's effect. Can special summon. Meet up his vaccine. He's going right into a synchro summon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna vacuum that card right up. If he doesn't negate Gabunga. Also got Grand Entrance, so we can add something else to our hand. So boom, right into Gabunga. catch. All right, I'm probably gonna get Grand Stampede. I'll grab another one. Once per chain. Devastating damage. So that's what I was talking about. That biker bash. Devastating damage. If I had Robin Goblin, we could start hitting that hand. See, you hit that hand, he's not gonna be able to do anything. He's staring at that field. I'm not gonna celebrate this early because, you know, he can still come back. Dinosaur, yeah, he can still come back. Activated effects, so I can't vacuum it. Oh shoot. During this main phase. That's a machine, not a dinosaur. Can't get nothing off. He cannot get anything, you know. Can't get his combos off. You lock it down like this, they can't. Put a special summon Merciless. Got a full. Look at that onslaught. Look at that onslaught. I don't know why he went into the battle phase. He can't do anything. He has nothing on the field. Why are you in the battle phase? Just go ahead and end your turn, bro. Look at this. Why is he in the battle phase? Come on, man. Don't be that way. You really gonna sit here? That's what I thought. Let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.